Hello everyone, my name is Portia. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the testimony on how God brought me back to school and provided for me. And if he can do it for me, best believe he can do it for you. It all started with dreams. I would have dreams that I was back in school, and it was so weird because it wouldn't be a new school. It would be like, oh, I'm back at my old school, or I'm back at my old college, or I'm back at my old middle school, one of my old high schools, or just my old high school. I only went to one. But I'm back in school. And I start having dreams like that. And I'm like, Lord, what are you trying to say? So, yes, I would get dreams of me going back to school or me back in school. And so, like, I started also seeing these videos on TikToks very coincidentally, and they would be like, oh, if you're getting dreams that you're going back to school or something like that, back whatever, that's a spirit of backwardness. Not saying that, I don't know. Okay, all I know is that when I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm having dreams of me going back to school. Is that a spirit of backwardness? Like, what do I have to pray against? Blah blah blah. So I started like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm just starting to like pray against the spirit of backwardness because I don't want to go backwards. Backwards from what, you may ask me? I'm still thinking. Backwards in life, maybe. I'm like, no, I don't, whatever. Anyways, I feel like that was so funny because it's like, okay, that's number one. Just because someone says a specific dream means something doesn't mean it can apply to you. The Lord can speak to you in different ways that someone might not understand. That's why the dreams are catered to you. So you're supposed to seek the Lord to find understanding on what your dreams mean, not just, okay, someone said this dream means this, so it means that. Go to God to get specific, like, because you know what? This could have been a sign. Like, shoot, I could have took that as a sign because, shoot, I'm having dreams of me going back to school and I didn't search up nothing. I did not search up nothing. You see, I'm already going, but I didn't search up nothing. Okay. And so I started getting those dreams, but eventually, and even I even came on YouTube, and there was this video on, oh, having dreams. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I came on YouTube and it was randomly on my home page and everything. So just because, don't take every video, okay? Don't take every video. But anyways, you have discernment, because imagine I just thought, oh, Lord, maybe it's some spirit of back. Imagine I just thought that I wouldn't have moved when God told me to move, or start preparing when God told me to prepare. Anyways, okay, that's besides the point. Next thing, but I ended up getting the memo, and I was like, okay, Lord, you want me to go to school, but what school? I was like, what school? I don't want to make a mistake. I was kind of fearful to move. Then I remembered the GPS analogy. When you have the GPS in your car, it's going to tell you when to turn to the next stop. It's going to be like, okay, and at the next traffic light, turn left. Okay, yeah, it's going to tell you at the next traffic light, turn left. And let's say you turn right. Even if you turn right, even if you make the wrong turn, what the GPS will do is reroute you. The same with the Lord. If you're making the wrong turn, you think God is just going to be like, yes, you're making the wrong turn. Keep going. Yes, I like that you're making the wrong turn. Like, God is going to help you. I just can't even imagine that. But yeah, God will help you. Like, he's not just gonna watch you make the wrong turn and be like, yeah, my child's making the wrong turn, blah blah blah. He's going to redirect you into the right direction, so you don't have to always move in fear that, oh, I'm scared if I make the wrong choice and if this happens. And nope, go and let God lead you. And that's what faith is, right? We don't know everything. That takes away the excitement in life. If you know everything, let everything that needs to be known be left to God, especially for us overthinkers. Yes, give it all to God. Okay, give it all to God. All right, let me go to the next one. Yes. So I started thinking about the GPS. I'm like, okay, if that's true, I'm going to step in faith and I'm just going to apply to this school and go there. I'm just going to choose that and go there. So I enrolled in this online school. They're making everything seem good. Like, I'll be able to graduate earlier. I'll have to pay, like, so I don't know. I think I didn't have to pay as much as I would for a 4-year whatnot college. Like, I had to pay less. They're making this sound great. And I'm like, okay. I'll go here. So a week before classes start, a week before, I get a text from the school that I left. Okay, so yes, I left a school like, yeah, I left it after my freshman year. I was like, girl, I'm not coming back. After my freshman year, I was like, no, girl, I'm done with this thing here. So I am not coming back. But so, and I did the exit survey to not go back to that. So I was like, no, 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 I'm not doing that. So I did the exit survey. You know, in the exit survey, you have to press if whether you might be coming back in the semester. I made sure to click never, never, never coming back. That old school that I said that I was never going back to texted me at 4:02 p.m. And then my new school on the same day, they texted me at 4:08 p.m. And so sometimes the Lord speaks through numbers. So I go and search up what the number of like 402 was. And 402 in the Strong's Concordance, okay, this is not angel numbers because angel numbers are a big no-no. It's a big no-no because they're not from God. God speaks in so many different ways. So he can speak through numbers, he can speak through whatever he wants to speak through. But let me go back because we get distracted a little. All right. So 402 in Strong's Concordance means to go back to, /withdraw. So it means to go back to. And then the text message from my new school that I'm literally in, like in the moment, I'm about to start classes the next week, text me at 4:08, and in Strong's Concordance, it meant not, no, neither, never. And I was like, God. And it's so interesting because, in the beginning when I was talking about I had dreams of me going back to school, like older schools, that school that I left was one of the schools that I had a dream about going back to. Then I finally connected the dots. I'm like, oh, wait. So no wonder, okay, I have dreams of me going back. Okay, I have dreams of me going back to school. And it was this school. So you're telling me not only to just go back to school, but to go back to that old school. I'm like, wait, okay. So I'm like, oh, wait. Like, I feel like a mathematician analyzing. I'm like, oh, wait. So is that what you're saying, God? Like, is that what you're saying? So a few weeks prior, I had a dream of me going back to that school. And when I woke up, I was really confused. And when I woke up, I received a text message, which is so weird. It was this woman who I met at that school asking me if I was still enrolled for the spring semester because it was the spring semester at the time. And I was like, I'm probably not going to respond because, I don't go there anymore. Even though everything started to click, I'm like, Lord, are you sure? Of course, me being so like, God, are you sure? Like, is this you? Are you sure? As I'm literally praying, I'm like trying to ask God, like, are you sure? Like, give me another confirmation, something like that. As I'm praying, my brother walks into my room. Okay. He walks into my room as he always does to disrupt me. So as he walks into the room, he picks up this random pen, and that pen has a light at the end. So he's like kind of shining the light everywhere. Guess what logo? Guess what logo was on the pen that he was messing around with and playing around with? And then when he leaves, he decides to leave it on my bed. Guess what logo that pen was? It was said school that I'm supposed to go back to. So that was like perfect confirmation. I was like, okay, I hear you. Okay, fine. Let's do this. Cause it's like at this point, I'm like, I would be a fool not to like get on track with this. Okay, it's settled. I'm going back. I was a bit like iffy on going back because the first year because I left my freshman year, and that year I had to take out some loans to pay for school. So I'm like, okay, Lord, you know what, since I'm going back with you, where the Lord, like where he tells us to go to, he will always provide. So I was like, okay, Lord, I know you're gonna provide, but I'm having like, I'm a bit like, I guess my faith was down. Okay, my faith was down at that time because I'm like, I don't know how you would provide. And so what I did was I started looking at testimonies of God providing for people for school, towards school. And I'm because if you're lacking in faith a little on whatever, go and search up some testimonies that will up your faith, because if God can do it for them, best believe he can do it for you. Also, during this process, I don't want to imagine a way God will provide. Like, I don't want to put God into a box. So I'm like, he can provide from this, he can provide from that. Like, be open-minded in that place. Don't just imagine, God, you have to provide from this, you have to provide from this. Be open-minded. So I started filling out a million scholarships. I filled up so many scholarships. I was looking at just so many different things, because I'm like, I just wanted to do my part, because I'm like, Lord, okay, I have faith in you. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I'm going to, like, the opportunities are endless on how he will provide. All right. So then I was talking to the financial aid office on email. Yeah, I was emailing the financial aid office, because I'm like, okay, maybe, like, I'm trying to see, because I know he's going to provide, but I don't know how. So the financial aid office brings up the fact that I can do an appeal and get more money. Like, you can appeal on your FAFSA or something and get more money. And I'm like, Lord, maybe this is what you want me to do. Maybe you're going to provide through this appeal thingy. So on the email, I'm like, yes, I want to appeal this, blah, blah, blah. I think it was at, like, I don't know what time I sent it at, but I sent it, yes, I want to appeal. While I'm worshiping and I'm praying and I'm spending time with the Lord, he tells me to go cancel the appeal. No appeal. To go cancel that appeal. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to go. Okay, Lord, yes, I listen to you. I'm going to go cancel that appeal. I'm going to go cancel it. Yes. Me excited. I'm like, okay, Lord, I trust you. I trust you here. So yeah, let's do that. Later on in person, I went in person, like, after classes started, and I'd been already moved in and everything and really started school. I went in person again, because I'm like, I need a little excess financial aid so I can buy. So yeah, I just need a little more money. I just need a little more money. And so I went to go talk to them in person, because usually, sometimes talking to them in person makes a difference. Maybe it's a little better. And so when I talk to them in person, they talk about the appeal again. And now that when they're talking about, they're like, yeah, so you can do this. And it's like sounding very appetizing. But the Lord told me, no appeal. And so what I did was I actually listened to the Lord. Yes. It sounded very enticing. I'm like, Lord, why wouldn't you want me to appeal this? But I'm like, you know what? I don't know much. I don't know anything there. I just left there with nothing. At this time, my tuition was paid for. Everything was paid for. It was through this program thing that they were doing in my state. So it paid for tuition, it paid for the dorm thing and everything. Tuition was covered, like, everything was covered. But I did need a little more. I needed a little, some chop money to, like, buy some food, other necessities and stuff like that. And then after that, so I think this was like 2 weeks in, I've already started school, everything is paid for. God tells me to go on a fast. And I'm like, a fast, man? I'm just like, I really do not want to do this right now. I was delaying going on that fast for like 2 to 3 days. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll start. On the last day before the fast, like the day before the fast ended, I get an email saying, congratulations, yay, you got this scholarship. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, yes. So not only did the Lord provide me for my tuition, where I'm staying, he also provide tuition and what is that other word? Rent. Yeah, rent. Dorm, I don't know, whatever. But so not only did he provide that covered, he went overflow. He overfilled my pockets, okay? And so in that last moment, I really took that scripture, Proverbs 3 verse 5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take. Also 7 says, don't be impressed with your own wisdom. Instead, fear the Lord and turn away from evil. That just brings me back to the part where the appeal part. I mean, an appeal sounds good, and the way they're talking to me, they're emailing me, yeah, this is like an opportunity you can take. And I'm like, yes, that does sound good. But imagine I ignored the Lord's wisdom and was like, okay, I'm gonna do it my own way. Imagine how things would have went. And this is why you do things the Lord's way, because his ways are higher than our ways. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. And when the Lord tells you to go on a fast, girl, you better hurry up and put that plate away and go on that fast, because you don't know what is at the end of it. Not saying that you always have to fast for a blessing or something like that, but yeah, go on that fast right now. During this process, I was not like, okay, Lord, yes, let's do this. My faith was all over the place. Like in reality, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Like, are you sure? Like, did I hear you right? My faith was all over the place, which is why it's so important for you to trust the process and make sure you're watching testimonies, to have faith in your God. Make sure you're reading your word and believing in what God can really do. If God has put it on your heart to go back to school, don't worry about the FAFSA thing that's going on with whatnot, who and whatnot. Don't even worry about that. Worry about how God gonna provide for you, okay? JK. Worry about how God gonna provide, because he can make a way where there seems no way. Jehovah's the final. When I was applying for the scholarships, this was like after March 1st, because March 1st I think is usually when all scholarships like close or something like that, or like the deadline. This was in like the 4th or 5th month. So I'm late to these scholarships. I'm late to like all the really big ones. January, February, March, April/May. I think it's like April, May area. So it was not in the beginning of the year. You might feel like it's too late or run it, because I forgot to add this in there. But you may think it was too late. It was 2 months before I was supposed to move into my dorm. 2 months is when I'm looking for scholarships to go to school. Shoot, it could be the last month. It could be literally the month before you're supposed to go in. That's when I'm looking for scholarships to see if I'll have enough money. Like, it was so late. It was really late, but the Lord still provided, even though it was late. Yes, there are other like later summer scholarships, but a lot of I think the big ones are usually close March 1st over here. But yeah, so yeah, I forgot to add that part. It is never too late, girl. You better start now, start now, start now. I also forgot to mention it was so important for me to continue being at the feet of God, because to hear what he's going to say. Like, imagine I kept going on with the appeal without acknowledging him in all my ways, because in my mind I feel like this is the right way to go. Continue, like, as you're walking in faith, continually be at God's feet, continually worship, continually pray, continually acknowledge him in all your ways. Show that you, Lord, I respect I respect your wisdom. I want you to lead me. Continually listen to listen to his voice. Be vigilant, be more keen. I wish I was more vigilant in the beginning, but yeah, because he's going to give you directions. He's not just going to leave you to only wander. If you ask for those directions, you don't even need to ask. He will give it to you. But are you willing to be still and listen to him? Are you willing to stay still and listen to him? Are you willing to take the time to worship, to continually build that relationship with him? Are you willing to do all those things? Because that's where you're going to get your answers. That's where you're going to get everything that you need to keep going. You're going to get all that information from there. So, yes, so important for you to be at his feet. Be at his feet. Be at his feet. Okay? Be at his feet. Because, yes, like, imagine I wasn't worshiping. I was bare. I'm like, okay, Lord, you told me to go back to school. But okay, I'm just going to do whatever I want. I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to be praying. I'm not going to look out for, I'm not going to, okay, you told me, you gave me the vision, but I'm going to get there myself. That doesn't make sense, because if he's giving you the direction, you're going to need the strategy. You're going to need the strategy from him in order for it to work out. It's not just going to be like, okay, Lord, let me do this and let me do it my own way. Because imagine I did that appeal, though. What if I was even in more debt? Okay. I probably would have. But either way, do it his way and continually seek him and be at his feet to get your directions. That was the whole testimony. If God can do it for me, babes, best believe he can do it for you. Right after this video, Go and start applying. Go and start applying. Show the Lord, yes, Lord, I heard you. I'm serious. Let me start, okay? Let me start, because he will direct you. If you acknowledge him in all your ways, he will lead your path straight. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.